Woodplumpton, what a cracking name for a village, suggestive of autumn lanes bobbing for apples and fat spiky conkers. In the Domesday Book it was just Plumpton, which by 1256 had been corrupted into the more recognisable Plumpton, then corrupted further into Woodplumpton by 1336, the woad being added to avoid confusion between it and other local Plumptons, apparently. There's not much here, to be honest, just the wheat sheaf and St Anne's Church, with its old stocks, lich gate and horse mounting steps. Come on, you're better than that. Carved into the right hand side of the stocks are the initials AB and the date 73. Nope, we haven't got a clue either. The nearby wicket gate has similar carvings, suggesting that both acts of vandalism were carried out at the same time, although which century that 73 belongs to is now lost to obscurity. St Anne's is thought to have been standing since as early as the 12th century, although the records only date back to 1552. Which is, to be honest, in my opinion, far enough to be worthy of mention. There seems to have been a holloway running under the graveyard at one time. A quick trench across it would help establish its origins, Iron Age probably. It would also disturb the dead, so that's not likely to happen anytime soon. The north door of the church dates from around 1400. It has a Gothic arch and chamfered jambs. I have a similar problem, on which are carved 3 flowers, a rose, a fish, a cross and 2 M's. Unfortunately, they're inside, and we couldn't get in. However, that's one for the cryptologist to puzzle over. There's also a wall-mounted sundial and a dolphin-shaped weather vane. But as interesting as such oddities are, the real reason we're in Woodplumpton is to visit the grave of Meg Shelton, the Woodplumpton witch. Owd Meg, or sometimes referred to as Mag, although her real name was Marjorie Hilton, was born in Singleton at some indeterminate point in the 17th century. She moved to Cuckoo Hall in Woodplumpton later in life. By all accounts, she was a simple peasant existing on boiled haggis made from groats mixed with thyme and parsley. Yummy. That's got all the appeal of a Marks and Sparks vegan ready meal about it. In fact, the only reason why Meg's remembered by history at all is because of her tendency to dabble in the black arts, although dabble is putting it mildly. One of the most notorious stories concerning her diabolical deeds is about how she stole some milk from a neighbouring farmer and then turned her pitcher into a goose in order to disguise it during her escape. A vigilant local, however, witnessed the event and belted the goose on the head with his stick, causing it to shatter and the milk to pour out. On other occasions, Meg regularly crossed the night sky on her broomstick, turned milk sour, and turned the local cattle lame for no other reason, it seems, than that she could. Exactly what her problem with the local cows was is open for discussion. Then there was her intriguing relationship with the lord of nearby Cotton Hall, to whom she promised a hare to chase and hunt on the condition that he gave her a cottage at Woodplumpton. This was on the proviso that a certain black hound was not loosed during the chase. Predictably, during one particular hunt, the proviso was forgotten, the hound unleashed, and the hare only just managed to escape by bounding in through Meg's cottage window with the hound snapping at its heels. Apparently, from that time onwards, Meg always walked with a limp. A more plausible story, perhaps, is that Meg provided the Lord of Cotton Hall with an heir of the 2-legged variety rather than the 4, thus the name of Cuckoo Hall. But the truth, we suspect, will never be known. What is known for certain, however, is that she died in 1705 under mysterious circumstances, or rather, under a very large beer barrel that crushed her to death against her cottage wall. She was buried by moonlight in St Anne's churchyard, but refused to stay down. Following several encores in which her corpse reappeared next to the path, she was reburied head down, and a granite boulder was placed over the top to ensure she stayed put. The boulder's still there, although whether Meg's still underneath it is an altogether different matter. There's a lot of history behind Woodplumpton, but we're not the ones to tell it. For that, you need to purchase a copy of John Grimbalderston's Moments in Time. It covers just about everything that needs to be covered. Go and buy a copy now. We'll wait. We visited Mr. Grimbalderson at Moon's Farm, a thatched Elizabethan cottage full of cats and dogs and chickens and goats and spiders. There's more genuine history in that one building than you'd probably find in the whole of Poulton le Fylde. There's archaeology in the field behind it too, in the shape of the medieval Hollow Forth Mill. The ancient watermill's gone now, of course, buried beneath the centuries, so that only platforms and rubble survive, guarded by fat, demanding sheep. Presumably, the remains of the mill were cut in half by the Lancaster Canal, back in the 18th century. Right, that's enough. Incidentally, Mr. Grimbalderson also sells eggs, and has written a thoroughly entertaining book about the history of chickens in Lancashire. Did you know that Ernst Stavro Blofeld planned to destroy the world's economy by wiping out the chickens around Morecambe Bay on Her Majesty's Secret Service? No, seriously, he did. Go and watch the film again, and pay more attention next time. Click like, subscribe, all the usual guff, and all being well, we'll be back again this time next week for another Lancashire Footnotes.